And given the opportunity, our sinful nature, that his original sin, would never choose him for a father. This comes into greatest relief in today's Old Testament lesson. In Deuteronomy, God says through Moses, "See, I have given before you today life and good, death and evil. Therefore, choose life that you and your offspring may live, loving the Lord your God, obeying his voice, and holding fast to him, for he is your life and length of days, that you may dwell in the land the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and Jacob, to give them." Here, of course, though, is the point of objection, that sniggling little word choose life. And the pericopal boundaries indeed cut us off from the necessary context to understand God's rhetorical thrust behind those words, choose life. Words which have become a proof text for what we call decision theologians. You know the saying, Jesus says, "Behold, I knock at the door." Well, doesn't quite work that way. No, people think in our world, God says choose, which proves, so they suppose, that we have the power to choose to do good apart from God, to turn towards him and allow him to open his hand and give us every blessing, like some divine coin dispenser. That, however, as we now know, is quite a distortion of our Lord's intent here. Context is king. The beginning verses of this 30th chapter of Deuteronomy, but never mind the lengthy tirade that is chapter 32 and 33 of Deuteronomy, demonstrate that Israel was far from able to make the proper choice. What does God say in anticipation? He asks, "Do you thus repay the Lord, you foolish, senseless people? You were unmindful of the rock who fathered you and forgot the God who gave you your birth." Jonathan Fisk denies free choice flatly to Adam and Eve, and yes, to all of us, their descendants. What did Adam and Eve do the moment they were given the command, that is the choice, not to eat the fruit, the tree of knowledge of good and evil? What's the first thing that happens? Well, they hearkened to the voice of the serpent. The serpent who said, "Why listen to God when you yourself can become like God?" Fisk writes, "We have become broken in the self-absorbed self-deification, that is, self-worship ever since."